Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Hit the bell button to get alerts every time I upload new content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would make me very happy. Today's video is a little bit different for me. I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm looking ahead to spring and as we move into summer, and I'm looking at my makeup collection and thinking about things that I could do. I'm not generally someone who strays away. I wear a lot of the same stuff. I always have a cat eye. I always have red lips. Those things are pretty standard. And I also don't use a lot of highlighter and things like that. So I just thought I'd mix it up a little bit. So if you'd like to see how I got this look with a little more highlighter and a little less red lip and a little more kind of shininess and less severe cat eye on my eyes, please keep watching. All right, I have already moisturized. I've already used SPF. I have already gone in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and also with my Tarte 360 Degree Creaseless Eye Primer, just because I think in the summertime things move around a little bit more, things get a little bit more humid. I will apologize. There's somebody outside using a jackhammer and I've closed everything, and I kind of was thinking about not doing this, but I figure I should just forge ahead and do it anyway. So thank you for being patient. I'm gonna start on my lids instead of on my crease because I'm going in with the cream. It just feels like I wanna do this. I'm gonna go in with Fringe from ColourPop. It is a Super Shock eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go in with my ring finger. Here. This is getting low. I think this is a color that they have all the time. They always discontinue colors. So I hope that this is still something that they'll have. And the goal today is to just be shimmery without being a full-on glitter bomb. And that feels a little bit glittery, which is fine. I'm trusting that when this is all just an experiment, I'm trusting that when I'm done, things will look more balanced. And now I'll go in with Valley Girl. This one is less glittery. It's kind of more creamy. I'm really going in hard with this, so it's really picking up a lot of color. Yeah, this is laying down more color. So what I wanted to do was lay down kind of color and shimmer. And with glitter and with shimmer, I always want it to be perfect. I always want it to be in one place and kind of not moving around. It's just not realistic. So we're just gonna do it and see what happens. I'm also playing with a mirror. I have a new mirror. My old mirror died on me, and now I have a new one, but it's throwing different shadows and just looks different. So I apologize if I'm moving things around or if the lighting looks different. This is my first time filming. This may not be the first video that you see with this new setup, but it is the first time that I'm filming with this new setup. I'm going to do a little blending just to kind of clean everything up, and then I may go back in on my lid with some more. So I'm going in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to go in with Lazarus. And I'm going in with a MAC 217. I'm tapping. Yeah, much better. Doesn't look like a giant blob of glitter that was kind of going up my face or up my eyes. That just kind of faded away. Looks a little bit better blended. And I think that's kind of all I'm going to do with eyeshadow. And also kind of with my eyes. I'm going to do a little something extra, but not going to use a liquid eyeliner, which is kind of what I typically always do. So I'm going to go in on my waterline. This is Dirty Talk from ColourPop. I think that's what it's called. It's very small. The writing's very small, but I will put it on the screen. And I'm going to go in on my waterline with this just to sparkle things up a little bit. A little bit there. And a little more over here. Just a little bit. A little bit of extra something. I might go in with more of a color later. I thought this was going to give me more impact, but I'm gonna keep this around, and I may use something else later. For foundation, actually before foundation, I'm going to go in with my Smashbox color correcting stick in Look Less Tired Light. And I'm gonna go in under my eyes. Not much here, I'm trying to keep things fairly light today. And I'm just gonna blend this with my finger. So I'm not using very much. I'm just kind of patting with my ring finger. And then I'll go in with foundation. And today I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin. And I'm in 01. I actually think this is a little bit too light for me. I bought this a while ago, and it's not that I'm getting tan, but it does feel a little bit light. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm gonna just put a couple pumps in the back of my hand. And I'm also going to put one pump of Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. Just one little pump. And I'm gonna mix that up just to give me a little more illumination. This will be a lot more subtle than highlighter. And I'm gonna go like this. I'll wash out the back of my hands later, but sometimes when I forget to do that, I end up with a giant, am I the only one? Hello there, I look stunning. With a giant swatch of foundation on the back of your hand. Now don't do that with the Hourglass foundation stick, which is what I've been using lately, but all the time that I use liquid, I end up with a thing on the back of my hand. I suppose I could keep makeup removing wipes handy. Handy for my hands. I'll be here all night. Tip your waitresses. I'm an only child. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. So sometimes, I don't know if it's just, I guess we all can crack ourselves up, but I think there's a certain kind of, yeah, this looks really pale, certain kind of self-entertaining that we do when we are only children that, I don't know, I only know being an only child, but I feel like sometimes I make jokes to myself, like I just did with keeping things handy. Wow, this looks a little bit scary, but that's totally fine. For concealer today, I'm going to use the Glossier Stretch Foundation in 01 Light. And I'm just gonna go in with my, again with my finger. This is really emollient. It's something that I definitely use more in the spring. I guess that's interesting now that I think about it, because I would think that I'd be using something that's more emollient in the winter. But when I think about, it's just lightweight, I guess, is what I mean to say. That's maybe what I mean to say, is that it's more lightweight. But I do tend to use this more when the weather's warm or when I just want something quick. And I'm not going to set this. This actually does a really good job. It's not as full coverage as I might do sometimes, but it's giving me kind of what I need. So I'm going to go in with brows now, just with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. Just a little bit. And I'm not shooting for waterproof today. If I was, I probably would be going in with the Dip Brow Pomade, because that stuff just doesn't move. But I'm just looking for something that will be good out in the sun. And a little bit more dimensional than I generally do. And then I am going to go in, so I've used this before, but I haven't really talked about it. This is the 3D Brow Tones from Benefit. And it is a brow gel, but it's kind of shimmery. It's a little bit more kind of multi-dimensional than like a straightforward clear or a straightforward colored brow gel. So again, in the interest of looking for things that are going to work well kind of in sunlight, wanted to give myself a little bit more multi-dimensionalness on my eyebrows. Not going to contour today. The Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation is pretty light. It's a pretty lightweight foundation, and I can kind of see the natural contours of my face, and I don't need anything that stark right now. So I'm not going to contour. I'm going to focus more on the high points of my cheek and on bronzing. And actually the first thing that I'll do is bronze, because I do feel like I went a little bit paler than I meant to. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm going in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Light, and it just smells like summer. It's so pretty. Oh, it looks pretty. It looks kind of like a beach, I suppose, but it just smells like coconuts and the beach. So I'm tapping. I don't want to go too ham, but so what I'm doing with bronzer and with highlighter and with blush, you generally want to be hitting the places that the sun would be hitting. More so for highlighter and bronzer. I guess that blush is supposed to be your natural kind of apples of your cheeks color, not like you're getting a sunburn. So bronzer and highlighter are really more the things that you'd want to be placing on the portions of your face that the sun would naturally hit. So I'm just going in down my nose, on my cheeks, a little down here, on my forehead. And I don't have a naked forehead. I have fringe, I have bangs. So I'm not concentrating up here, but I would be concentrating on my forehead if I didn't have bangs. And I'm actually going to do a little, hello there, down here, just to make everything kind of look consistent. I don't want to have color on my face, it's not on my neck. Then I'm going to go in with highlighter. This is the Balm Mary Luminizer, which is pretty intense. That's what this is. And I'm going in with my Morphe fan brush, and I'm picking up, going a little bit, woohoo, little goes a long way with this, but here we go. And I'm just hitting really on the high points of my cheekbones. I can already see it as I turn my face. You do always also want to be turning your face around when you're looking at yourself in the mirror and getting ready, because you're not a flat picture. You're moving around all the time. So moving around to see how things are going to hit you is good. More on this brush, and I'm going to go down the middle of my nose. And I'm going to focus a little more on the tip, which is naturally where the sun would be hitting me. I'm also going to hit my chin just a little bit. And I'm going to go over this with a setting powder so it won't look quite as shimmery. This is just a strong highlighter, but that's the whole point of what I'm doing today. For blush, I had intended to go in, but I'm actually changing my mind now. I meant to go in with Milani Luminoso, but this is a really shimmery blush, so I want to go in with something a little bit less shimmery. But I am thinking kind of warm peaches and not pinks, so I'm going to go in with Tarte Tipsy. It's a peachy pink blush. Picking it up on my Luxie blush brush, tapping, and just hitting up here. Give myself a little bit more color. Okay, I'm looking at my face and I want a little bit more something under my eyes. So I'm going to go in with Steal a Kitten and with the Morphe E19. This is a really flat, it's kind of longer than maybe I would want to be using, but I'm just looking for the tip to be very precise. And I'm just picking it up on the tip here, and I'm just going to apply it under my eye. And I'm going to go all the way under my eye. And what I'm trying to do is really go under my, I'm bringing it up on the corner here too, just to kind of make it all, and over here too, kind of going all around with the highlighter, kind of with this color. And trying to get it as much as I can under my lashes. I could put mascara on my lower lashes, but it ends up sometimes not being the best thing for me in the summer, because if I have too much on my lower lashes, it looks kind of shadowy. The shadows from my lower lashes are on my under eye, which is not what you want. So that's good. And I'm actually going to go also under my brow bones, also with Kitten, also with the same brush. Just picking up a little, dusting it off. And with this, I'm going really just to the arch on my brow. And I'm going to put a little here too, just at the beginning of my brow, just a tiny, tiny bit. And then just to give myself a little more color, I am going to go in with Urban Decay 24/7 in Bullseye. It's a really pretty purple. And I'll go in just a little bit under my eye. And this is a good long-lasting pencil. And I'm just going in about 2/3 of the way, maybe a half. 2/3, I guess. I'm going to kind of the end of my iris. For mascara, I'm not going to curl, just going to go in with my roller lash. And I will speed you through this. Just a little bit of lash. For setting powder, I'm going to go in with the Balm Sexy Mama. I'm going in with this because this is translucent and mattifying. I don't want to be, so I've already laid down a lot of shine. I just want to bring it down a tiny bit. And I don't want to be too mattified. So this is mattifying, but it's not a matte powder. So it's kind of a good balance. It's kind of setting all that I have in place so I know that it's going to stay there, but it's not changing the way that the display of what I'm wearing. And then for lips, I'm going to still go a little bit close to what I normally do, but I'm not going to make it as harsh. I'm just going to make it be a suggestion of color. This is Charlotte Tilbury, the Queen. It's a really lovely red kind of pink color. And instead of lining and doing everything as earnestly as I typically do, I'm just going to apply it and then a little bit, not like a regular lipstick, just kind of lay some color down and then just gonna move it around with my fingers a little bit more. So just soft and not, this is really nice actually with a similarly colored lip liner and with full opacity, but it's also really creamy. It's a matte formula, but it's not drying. It's a really forgiving kind of color. And then I'll go in with one last squirt of my Urban Decay All Nighter. So this is the final look. Really not something that I normally do, but I'm looking forward to summer. In spite of the fact that I'm very pale, I am looking forward to summer, so it's good for me to kind of dig through my makeup and think about different things that I could do in the summertime that I haven't done before. So I'm glad to have had the opportunity to do this. Thank you so much for watching. There's a lot to do out in the world and in YouTube, and I appreciate that you took some time to spend with me. Please do subscribe if you haven't yet already. Hit the like button if you liked it. That would make me very happy. Hit the alert button to get alerts when I upload new content. And I will see you again very soon. Take care. Thanks.